My child, awaken. The dawn I have prepared is breaking upon your soul, and though the night has felt endless, though the waiting has stretched across seasons that seemed barren and silent, I have been nearer to you than your very breath. I have watched every tear fall upon the unseen soil of your heart, and not one drop has been wasted. The pain you thought was punishment was the planting of purpose. The silence you mistook for absence was the space in which I was shaping something eternal. Beloved, I whisper to your spirit even now, rise, for I am stirring the winds of a new beginning. You have felt me tugging softly in the stillness, calling you beyond the borders of comfort, and today I say to you, I hope you're ready for this. For what I am about to unfold will require your surrender more than your strength. You have prayed for change, but change must first awaken within you. You have longed for open doors, yet I am teaching you to recognize the door that stands within your own heart. Do not fear the unknown path. It is not unknown to me. Every step has been written, every detour redeemed. My plans for you were not conceived in haste. They were crafted before time began, and every trial you have walked through has been the chiseling that prepared you to carry my glory without breaking beneath its weight. Beloved, do you not see? The very moments that made you question your worth were the proving ground of your calling. I have allowed the shaking not to destroy, but to purify. You asked me to use you, and I heard you. I took you at your word and began to separate you from what could not go where you are destined to walk. It hurt because it was holy work. The pruning always precedes the promise. You thought you were being abandoned. You were being entrusted. You thought doors were closing because you were unworthy. They closed because I would not allow you to settle for less than divine destiny. My child, remember the nights you wrestled with doubt, the times you wondered if I still heard you? I was there, bending close, catching every sigh, watching over you when you felt forgotten. I was speaking in the silence, writing in invisible ink across the pages of your waiting. You saw delay. I saw preparation. You felt stripped. I saw you being clothed with new strength. Every unanswered prayer was an invitation to deeper trust. Every loss an opening for greater gain. You have not been losing. You have been being refined. Now I say, lift up your head. The weight that has pressed upon your spirit is breaking even now under the power of my word. The chains of confusion, fear, and false identity are melting away in my light. For too long you measured your worth by what you could see, by the applause of others, by the rhythm of earthly seasons. But I am calling you higher, to the place where identity is found not in achievement, but in adoption, not in striving, but in sonship, not in performance, but in presence. You are mine. You belong. Before you ever did a single thing to earn it, I called you chosen. Beloved, the world has tried to name you by your wounds, but I name you by my intent. You are not what happened to you. You are what I am doing through you. The voices of the past have spoken fear and limitation, but my voice is speaking restoration and expansion. I say again, I hope you're ready for this, for the tide is turning in unseen realms. Heaven has already shifted on your behalf. Angels are being dispatched into the pathways of your purpose. Where you saw walls, I am carving rivers. Where you saw endings, I am writing new beginnings. Do not cling to what I am removing. Do not mourn what I have called finished. There is glory in the goodbye, for the farewell to one season is the birth cry of another. You have prayed, Lord, use me, and I have heard. But to be used, you must first be emptied of what was never meant to sustain you. So, if I have stripped you of false supports, it is only so that you might stand upon the solid ground of my truth. Let the old fall away. Let the past release its hold. I am not asking you to understand. I am asking you to trust. My child, I have seen the hidden battles, the ones fought behind closed doors when no one else could see the tears. I have felt the tremors of your heart when fear whispered louder than faith. But I am here, steady and unmoved. When you thought you were drowning, I was teaching you to breathe underwater. When you thought you were forgotten, I was engraving your name deeper upon my hands. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are not too late, too broken, or too far gone. The very places where you felt most unworthy will become the platforms of my glory. Beloved, I am rekindling the fire within you, the one that disappointment tried to extinguish. Do not despise small sparks. They are the beginning of great flames. I am breathing upon your embers now, awakening passion where apathy has settled, restoring vision where fatigue has blurred your sight. You will dream again, and those dreams will align with divine design. You will love again, and that love will carry healing to others. You will rise again, and your rising will announce to darkness that light has won. Do not rush what I am rebuilding. I work in divine timing, not human haste. The waiting that frustrates you is the womb of my miracle. Each delay conceals a deeper preparation, and each hidden season shelters you from premature exposure. I do not withhold to punish, I withhold to protect. Trust that I am orchestrating all things for your good, even the ones you do not yet understand. When you cannot see my hand, rest in my heart. My timing will make sense in hindsight, but my presence will make peace right now. My child, listen closely. What is coming will demand your courage. The blessings you have prayed for carry weight, and I am strengthening you to bear it well. Do not fear the magnitude of my calling. I have equipped you for every challenge ahead. Heaven's resources are aligned with your assignment. Every tool you need is already within reach. Every ally you require will appear when it is time. I am aligning people, places, and moments to converge perfectly at the appointed hour. You will see doors open effortlessly, not because of luck, but because obedience unlocked what effort never could. And so, beloved, breathe deeply and let my peace settle over you. I am dismantling the old narratives that told you you're not enough. You are enough because I am within you. Every inadequacy you perceive is an invitation for my grace to demonstrate its perfection. Where you feel weakest, I will display my strength most clearly. Stop striving to prove your worth. Rest in the worthiness of my love. You are entering a season of divine awakening, a holy unveiling of who you truly are. You will see yourself through my eyes and recognize the power that has always resided within. The enemy trembles at your awakening because he cannot manipulate what has been enlightened by truth. As you rise in identity, chains will fall effortlessly. As you walk in intimacy, doors will open supernaturally. As you believe my word over your fears, destiny will unfold like dawn after the longest night. Beloved, I speak now to the dry places of your soul. Live again. To the discouraged heart, hope again. To the weary spirit, rest again. For I am restoring what was stolen, reviving what was dormant, redeeming what seemed destroyed. The ashes you carry will soon give birth to beauty beyond comprehension. Your story is not over. It is being rewritten in glory. So, my child, lift your eyes. The horizon is shifting, and light is breaking through. You have cried long enough in the night of uncertainty. Morning is near. I am not merely calling you out of pain. I am calling you into purpose. Stand tall in my promise, for I am not a man that I should lie. What I have spoken, I will surely perform. Every word will find its fulfillment in due season. And now I say once more, with all the authority of heaven and all the tenderness of a father's love, I hope you're ready for this. My child, lean close, for this is the part of the journey few understand. The path of promise always winds through the wilderness, and the road to glory is paved with refining fire. You have wondered why, after surrendering all, the storms seemed to intensify, why the more you prayed, the heavier the pressure grew. But I tell you now, beloved, this is not punishment, it is purification. You asked me to make you strong, so I gave you battles that built endurance. You asked for wisdom, so I allowed seasons where you had to depend on my voice alone. You asked to carry my glory, and so I led you through places that emptied you of pride, fear, and self-reliance. Every test has been my mercy disguised as fire. I have not been silent. I have been speaking in symbols, training your spirit to hear not just with ears, but with discernment. When doors closed, it was my way of saying, not yet. When people left, it was my protection. When things fell apart, it was so I could rebuild them according to my blueprint, not your memory. You see the pain, I see the process. You see endings, I see evolution. What you call failure, I call formation. Nothing has been wasted, not a single tear, not a single night of questioning. I have taken even what the enemy meant for harm and woven it into the tapestry of your purpose. Beloved, the testing season is never meant to destroy you, it is designed to reveal you. When gold is refined, it passes through fire not to be consumed, but to emerge pure. So it has been with you. Every flame has revealed what is eternal, burning away what could not stand in glory. Do not resist the refining, embrace it, for in it I am revealing the strength you never knew you carried. The things that once broke you no longer hold power, for I have turned pain into power and wounds into weapons of light. You are not fragile, you are forged. There were moments you said, Lord, I cannot bear this. Yet here you are, still standing, still breathing, still believing. That is not weakness, that is victory in motion. My grace has carried you through valleys that others could not endure. You thought you were walking alone, but every step was cushioned by my mercy. Even in silence, I was there, not absent, but observing, ensuring that not a single trial would touch you beyond what would serve your growth. You are stronger than you realize, for strength has been secretly growing in the soil of your suffering. My child, hear me. I am breaking every lie that has whispered you are behind, unworthy, or forgotten. Those are the echoes of fear, not the language of faith. I have not abandoned you. I have been positioning you. Delay is not denial, it is divine alignment. You are not being punished, you are being prepared. Do not measure your progress by what you can see, for often the deepest growth happens underground, in hidden seasons. Roots must deepen before fruit can endure. Beloved, testing exposes foundations. That is why I allowed storms to reveal what was built on sand and what was built on me. Some relationships, habits, and beliefs crumbled, but only so that you would learn to build again on the unshakable rock of my truth. You prayed for discernment, and I granted you experiences that forced you to see beyond appearances. You prayed for peace, and I gave you opportunities to trust me when everything screamed uncertainty. You prayed for breakthrough, and I brought you to the very edge of surrender, for true breakthrough is born not from striving, but from letting go. The refining season is sacred. It is where my fire shapes your identity, and my spirit renews your mind. Do not despise the waiting, my child. I know it has felt long. I know you have questioned, when, Lord? When will the promise come? But every promise matures in its own divine time. Even seeds that share the same soil do not bloom at the same pace. You will not miss your moment. It is being prepared for you, and you are being prepared for it. Beloved, hear me clearly. I am not late. My timing is perfect because I see what you cannot. If I gave you the blessing too soon, it would crush you. If I opened the door before the foundation was ready, the weight of destiny would overwhelm you. But now, I see the growth in your spirit. I see humility forming where pride once lingered. I see wisdom replacing impulse, faith rising where fear once ruled. You are not who you were when this began. You have grown into the vessel that can hold what I am about to pour out. I know the nights you questioned if your prayers mattered. They did. Every whispered cry reached heaven's ear. I know the tears you hid from others, the ones you wiped away so no one would see. I caught them all. I bottled them in the chambers of remembrance, and every tear has become a seed of promise. You have wept in private, but you will reap in public. You have endured in silence, but I will announce your breakthrough in due season. My child, do not envy others who seem ahead. I am not measuring you against them. I am measuring you against your destiny. Comparison blinds you to the beauty of your own calling. The path I have carved for you is unlike any other. The timing, the testing, the triumph, all uniquely designed. Do not look at another's harvest and assume you are behind. Perhaps I am still strengthening your roots for a greater yield. I have hidden you for a reason. Hiddenness is not punishment, it is protection. I hid you while I healed you, so that when I revealed you, you would not bleed on the platform I prepared for your purpose. I needed to restore your confidence in me before I could release you into the fullness of your calling. There is power in the unseen season. That is where intimacy is forged. That is where voices fade and mind becomes unmistakable. That is where identity solidifies, not by applause but by communion. Beloved, the refining also exposed your wounds, not to shame you but to heal you. I brought buried pain to the surface so that you would no longer build upon broken foundations. The things you suppressed, I surfaced. The memories you avoided, I illuminated. The cycles you thought were normal, I disrupted, not to harm you, but to set you free. Healing hurts before it helps, but freedom follows honesty. Do not fear the tears that still flow. They are washing away the residue of your past. In the testing, I have been teaching you warfare. You have learned that not every battle requires your sword. Some are won through stillness. You have discovered that silence can be strategy and surrender can be strength. You have learned that victory is not always loud. Sometimes it looks like standing in peace when chaos surrounds you. That, my child, is power, divine composure in the storm. You are no longer tossed by every wind, because your anchor is me. The enemy has tried to convince you that you are forgotten, but he trembles at the truth of who you are becoming. Every attack has been evidence of your significance. Hell does not fight what does not threaten it. The warfare intensified because you crossed into new spiritual territory. You are carrying something dangerous to darkness, light, authority, and revelation. You are awakening to the truth that you are not a victim of circumstances, but a vessel of divine victory. Beloved, I am breaking the residue of discouragement from your soul. The heaviness you've carried is lifting even now. The confusion, the fatigue, the spiritual fog, it is clearing in my presence. You will soon look back and see how even the hardest seasons were guided by my hand. I turned your pain into wisdom, your loneliness into intimacy, your waiting into preparation. You did not lose, you learned. And what you have learned, you will soon lead others through. My child, when you walk through fire, know that I am in the flames with you. When you pass through the waters, they will not drown you. I have preserved you for purpose. You were never meant to break here. You were meant to bloom here. The desert you despised is the very ground where I am cultivating new life. Springs will flow where there was dryness. Joy will erupt where there was mourning. The wilderness will become a garden again, watered by the tears you thought were wasted. So, do not rush my timing. Let patience have its perfect work. Let faith be refined until it no longer wavers at the sight of impossibility. For soon, the testing will give way to triumph. Soon, what you have endured will testify to my faithfulness. Soon, what once hurt will no longer hold power, but will become your anointing oil, the fragrance of experience that will heal others. Beloved, the season of refining is not forever. I am already ushering in the next chapter. I have seen enough growth, enough surrender, enough resilience. The heavens are shifting, the season is turning, and the light of breakthrough is drawing near. You have been faithful in the fire. Now you will see the fruit of endurance. So I say again, as heaven prepares to unveil the next phase of your story, I hope you're ready for this. My child, the time has come for you to understand the weight of what I have placed within you. The battle you face is not flesh against flesh, not circumstance against circumstance, but spirit against spirit. You have been caught between two realms, the visible and the invisible. And though your eyes see struggle, your spirit has been warring for something greater. The enemy has sensed the rising of your purpose and has fought to keep you weary, distracted, and doubting. But hear me now, beloved, you were born for this. The warfare that surrounds you is the proof of your significance, not the evidence of your failure. You are not under attack because you are weak, but because you are waking up to the authority that hell fears. Do not be deceived by the chaos around you. It is not the end, it is the shaking before the unveiling. You are walking through a spiritual battlefield disguised as ordinary life. The frustrations, delays, and conflicts you faced are not random. They are resistance. But resistance reveals readiness. When the enemy pushes hard, it means heaven is near to releasing something he cannot stop. Every time you chose faith instead of fear, light pierced through another layer of darkness. Every time you refused to give up, the enemy's grip loosened. Every yes you whispered to me has become a weapon forged in obedience. Beloved, do not forget who you are. You are not merely surviving. You are carrying kingdom authority. The same power that raised Christ from the grave dwells in you. You do not fight for victory. You fight from victory. I have already declared the outcome. The cross has sealed your triumph. The blood speaks louder than every accusation, every lie, every demonic whisper that tries to convince you otherwise. You are not powerless. You are dangerous to darkness. Heaven recognizes your voice, and hell trembles when you pray. My child, understand this. Spiritual warfare is not only fought on your knees, but also in your mind. The battlefield begins in thought, and victory begins in belief. The enemy cannot take what you refuse to surrender. He whispers fear to make you forget your authority. He stirs confusion to make you question your identity. But you must rise above the noise and anchor yourself in truth. You are mine. You are chosen. You are covered. Every dart of doubt must fall against the shield of faith. Every lie must bow to the power of my word. When you declare my promises, the unseen realm shifts. When you speak my truth, darkness recoils. Do not underestimate the power of your confession. Your words create atmosphere, and faith-filled words invite heaven to move. Beloved, this is not the time to retreat. Stand firm. Stand clothed in the armor I have given you, the armor of light, righteousness, and truth. Your faith is your shield, your worship your weapon, your obedience your strategy. The enemy has studied your patterns, but I am rewriting them. The areas where you once stumbled will become your strongest testimonies. The places that once broke you will now bow before you in triumph. Every cycle of defeat is ending, for revelation is breaking forth. You will no longer react from fear. You will respond from authority. You have asked me, Lord, why do I keep facing the same battles? And I answer you now, because I am teaching you mastery. I am not repeating the test. I am refining your strategy. You are learning to discern, to recognize the enemy's tactics before they unfold. You are learning that victory is not in striving, but in standing. There is power in stillness when you know who fights for you. The battle is mine, but the faith must be yours. You are not called to crumble under pressure, but to rise as one who knows heaven stands behind every step. Beloved, when fear tries to rise, remember that courage is not the absence of fear. It is the refusal to bow to it. When temptation whispers, remember that holiness is not limitation, it is liberation. When fatigue comes, remember that rest is not defeat, it is a weapon of trust. The war you face is not to destroy you, but to awaken you. You are not just enduring battles, you are being trained for rulership. The enemy knows your potential. That is why he has tried to silence you before you fully awaken. But I have placed a roar within your spirit that cannot be contained. Speak, my child. Speak light where there is darkness, truth where there is confusion, hope where there is despair. My child, there will be moments when the opposition feels overwhelming, when prayers seem unanswered, when progress feels invisible. But understand this, warfare intensifies right before breakthrough. The pain you feel is the stretching of spiritual muscle. You are growing in realms unseen. Every act of endurance adds weight to your authority. You are being trusted with battle because I can trust you with victory. Remember how many times you thought you wouldn't make it? And yet you did. Remember the storms that promised to drown you, and yet you walked on water by faith. Every scar you carry is proof of survival, and every survival is evidence of divine protection. You are not alone on this battlefield. I am with you in every clash, in every shadow, in every silence. The armies of heaven surround you. Angels are stationed at your side. I have assigned warriors of light to guard what concerns you. You do not see them, but they stand ready, wielding my word as a flame of fire on your behalf. Beloved, I know there have been nights when fear whispered louder than faith, when you questioned if you could endure one more day. Yet here you stand, not because of your strength, but because of my sustaining power. Do not forget, you are held. Even when your grip loosens, mine does not. You have felt weak, but in weakness my strength is perfected. The enemy's greatest mistake was letting you survive. For now you are awakening to the truth, that you have authority to dismantle every plan formed against you. This season, I am teaching your hands to war and your heart to rest. You will learn to fight not in panic, but in peace. You will confront darkness not with anger, but with light. You will walk through warfare with composure, because you know who commands the outcome. The battle may rage, but you are not moved. For every storm, I have decreed peace. For every weapon formed, I have issued failure. Nothing can prevail against what I have anointed. Beloved, this is not just about you. It is about generations. The warfare you endure breaks curses that have lingered through bloodlines. The prayers you pray echo through time, dismantling strongholds that enslaved your ancestors. The tears you shed are cleansing your lineage. The enemy knows this. That is why he fought so hard to weary you. But you are the turning point. You are the interruption in cycles of despair. Through you, I am birthing freedom. Through your obedience, chains are falling not only from your life, but from the lives of those connected to you. Do not be surprised when pressure increases. New levels attract new resistance. But do not fear. Your authority increases proportionally to your assignment. You are not the same warrior who began this journey. You are stronger, wiser, and more grounded in my presence. Every attack has taught you something valuable. You now recognize that what once terrified you no longer has the same power. That is growth. That is maturity. That is victory. My child, lift your eyes and see. I am turning the battlefield into a place of blessing. What the enemy used to wear you down will now elevate you. The weapons formed against you will become testimonies in your hands. The very storms that threaten to destroy you are watering the soil of your promise. I am flipping the script. What was once warfare will become worship. You will no longer fear the dark night, for you have become the flame within it. And so, beloved, I ask you again, are you ready for this? Are you ready to walk in authority, to speak my word with power, to stand unshaken as heaven's ambassador in the midst of chaos? Because this is the hour. The world grows darker, but my light in you grows brighter. You will be my voice in dry places, my vessel in weary lands. You will carry healing where there has been hurt, hope where there has been despair, faith where there has been fear. I am raising you as a light bearer in this generation, and the oil of your anointing has been pressed through every trial you have endured. Do not retreat. Do not fear. For I, the Lord your God, go before you. I surround you with glory, cover you with mercy, and fill you with courage. You are not alone in this battle, for I am your shield, your fortress, your victory. And when the smoke clears, it will not be your defeat that is remembered, but your faith that prevailed. So stand tall, my child, for the war may rage, but the outcome is decided. You are already victorious. The roar of heaven resounds through your spirit even now. I hope you're ready for this. My child, the hour of restoration is upon you. The winds of renewal are already moving through the chambers of your life. What was once lost is being rewritten into a story of redemption. The pain you thought had no purpose is becoming the very pathway to promise. You have endured the stripping. Now you will see the rebuilding. You have walked through the valley of shadows. Now you will stand upon the mountaintop of vision. I am restoring what was broken, not to its former state, but to something greater, stronger, and more glorious. What I restore, I multiply. What I redeem, I transform. Beloved, you have wept over the years that seemed stolen, over opportunities that slipped through your hands, over relationships that faded before their time. But hear me, I am the redeemer of time. I waste nothing. The years you call lost are being compressed into divine acceleration. You will move swiftly where you once crawled. You will rise easily where you once fell. The delays that frustrated you will become the very reason you are prepared for this moment. You are about to see how my timing redeems everything. What looked like the end was only the beginning of the unveiling. I have watched you in the waiting, how you continued to serve when unseen, how you praised when weary, how you loved when hurt. Every quiet act of obedience has been a seed in heavenly soil, and now the harvest is ready. You will see fruit spring forth suddenly, not because of your striving, but because of your steadfastness. You did not quit, and now the promise cannot be withheld. Beloved, I have seen your tears, and now I will turn them into testimony. You will no longer only speak of faith, you will live in the fulfillment of it. My child, the season of breakthrough is not coming, it has already begun. The sound of chains breaking is echoing in the spirit. The doors that resisted you are unlocking by divine decree. The walls that seemed immovable are crumbling at the sound of my voice. The prayers you prayed in silence are now being answered in public. You will see sudden shifts, not random, but orchestrated. You will watch situations that once intimidated you bow before my will. You will stand in awe, knowing that only I could have done this. Beloved, I am restoring not just what was lost, but what was broken within you. I am mending the fractures of your heart, soothing the wounds of rejection, and healing the parts of you hid from me. I have always seen them. The memories you buried, the disappointments you could not express, the hope you feared to hold again. I am touching those places now with tender mercy. You will feel my peace where pain once lived. You will remember the hurt and no longer feel the sting. I am making you whole again, for the broken vessel is the one I fill most completely. Do you see, my child? Every trial was preparing you to receive this outpouring. I could not pour into what was already full of fear, pride, and the noise of others. So I emptied you, gently, painfully, purposefully, to make room for my glory. And now, because you yielded, I can fill you beyond measure. My spirit will overflow from you like rivers of living water. You will carry peace into places of chaos, light into shadows, healing into hearts that have forgotten how to hope. I have not just restored you, I am commissioning you. The tables are turning in your favor. The very people who doubted your journey will witness my hand upon you. The voices that said it's over will see resurrection power unfold before their eyes. You will not need to defend yourself. My favor will speak louder than words. I am your vindication. I am your proof. When I open the door, no one can shut it. When I elevate, no one can demote. When I bless, no curse can cling. The weight of what I'm about to release will silence every accusation and prove that my word never fails. Beloved, prepare your heart. Restoration will not come as you expect. It will exceed your imagination. I am restoring relationships that seemed impossible, reigniting dreams you thought had died, reviving ministries and callings buried beneath disappointment. You will wake up one day soon and realize the wilderness has turned into a well-watered garden. The barrenness that once mocked you will overflow with fruit. The prayers that once felt unanswered will suddenly manifest before your eyes. It will happen quickly, for I am the God of suddenlies. Do not be surprised when the doors open effortlessly. Do not second-guess when favor finds you unexpectedly. You have been prepared for this. You have paid the price of surrender, and now you will taste the sweetness of promise. What once required toil will now flow in grace. You will know it is me because the ease will replace the striving. You will step into spaces that once felt out of reach and realize you belong there. For I have not just called you, I have qualified you through the fire. My child, restoration also means revelation. I am revealing who you are in me. You will see yourself as I see you, radiant, chosen, royal, redeemed. You will no longer walk with your head bowed in shame, for I have crowned you with purpose. You are not what happened to you, you are what I am doing through you. The labels of your past have no authority over your future. I am rewriting your name, from forgotten to favored, from wounded to warrior, from broken to beloved. You are a vessel of divine identity, and your confidence will now flow from communion with me. Beloved, I am calling you into overflow. Not just enough, but abundance, abundance of peace, abundance of purpose, abundance of joy. You have sown in tears, now you will reap in laughter. You have carried burdens, now you will carry blessings. You have walked through lack, now you will walk in plenty. But hear this, the abundance I give is not for indulgence, but for impact. I am blessing you so that you can bless others. I am filling you so that you can pour. I am restoring you so that you can restore. This is not the end of your story. This is the beginning of your ministry. My child, I am also restoring your voice. The silence of pain had muted you, but I am giving you boldness again. You will speak and hearts will awaken. You will testify and lives will shift. You will pray and atmospheres will change. Do not underestimate the power of your words, for they carry the breath of my spirit. I am giving you prophetic clarity, spiritual discernment, and holy authority. What once confused you will now be crystal clear. You will walk in revelation that others cannot deny. The days of fear are over. The nights of uncertainty are ending. The heaviness that once lingered over you is lifting like morning mist. Joy is rising like the sun, steady and unstoppable. This is your dawn, beloved. The light you carry will illuminate the paths of many. I have not called you to hide. I have called you to shine. You are a city on a hill, a flame that will not be extinguished. The same spirit that sustained you in silence will empower you in the spotlight. You will not crumble under favor, for humility has anchored you. Beloved, as I pour out blessings, remember, remain in me. Prosperity without presence is emptiness. Promotion without prayer is danger. Stay rooted in intimacy, for it is your foundation. I will increase you, but I will also call you deeper. The more I give, the more I will draw you into quiet communion. Do not let noise distract you from the whisper. In stillness, you will always find me. In surrender, you will always find strength. My child, everything you have endured has led to this outpouring. You will see beauty rise from ashes, glory from grief, and miracles from mourning. You will marvel at how I turned what was meant for evil into instruments of grace. Every wound has become a window for my light. Every scar tells a story of survival and sanctification. And now, as I restore, I am releasing a new fragrance through you, the fragrance of gratitude, of purity, of power. Those who encounter you will feel my presence, for you are now saturated with my spirit. Do not be surprised when people ask, "What happened to you?" For they will see the difference. They will sense the peace, the authority, the radiance. Tell them, "It was I who rebuilt you, I who restored you, I who made all things new." Your life will become a living prophecy, a demonstration of my goodness. You will walk as evidence that waiting is not wasted, and that surrender leads to glory. And now, beloved, as the heavens prepare to pour out what has been reserved for you, I whisper once more, I hope you're ready for this. My child, now that the storm has passed and the fire has refined you, listen closely to what I am saying. This is your moment of divine commissioning. You have been prepared in silence so that your voice would carry the sound of heaven. You have walked through shadows so that you might guide others into light. You have learned dependence so that your strength will never again be built on self, but on me. Everything that has been stripped away was never meant to anchor you. Everything that remains is pure gold, faith-tested, heart-awakened, purpose clarified. Beloved, I did not call you to merely survive. I called you to lead, to heal, to ignite hope in the weary. The world has grown dim with fear, but within you burns a flame that cannot be quenched. Rise now as my witness, my ambassador, my voice of compassion. Speak with the gentleness of one who has been forgiven much. Love with the courage of one who knows that grace never runs dry. You will touch lives not by perfection but by presence, my presence flowing through you like living rivers. Do not say, "Who am I to be chosen?" For I, the Lord, delight in using those the world overlooks. When I place my hand upon a life, every limitation becomes a launching point for miracles. You are not too late, you are right on time. The years of delay were years of divine alignment. You will move faster now because you move with me. Your pace will be grace-driven, not pressure-driven. You will walk in rhythm with heaven's heartbeat. My child, I am awakening in you the dreams you once buried beneath disappointment. Breathe again, for I am breathing on those visions. The call you thought had expired is alive. The promise you placed on the shelf is still valid. Take it down, dust it off, and believe again. I am the God who finishes what I begin. I am the author who writes final chapters more glorious than the first. What you see as fragments, I see as foundation stones. From them, I will build something eternal. Beloved, your destiny is not a destination. It is a daily unfolding of obedience. Walk with me one step at a time. When I say move, move. When I say rest, rest. When I say speak, speak with fire. When I say be silent, let your silence thunder with faith. You are learning to live from my presence, not from pressure. Every morning you rise is another invitation into partnership. Heaven is not distant. It is working through your surrendered life. You will see signs of my favor marking the path before you. Divine appointments, timely words, resources appearing from unexpected places. Do not chase them. Follow me, and they will follow you. Your focus must remain on the source, not the supply. Keep your heart pure, and abundance will chase you down. Keep your motives love-anchored, and doors will swing open without striving. This is the secret of true success. Intimacy before influence. My child, I am calling you to intercede for others as you once pleaded for yourself. The compassion that grew from your pain will become the oil of healing for many. You will lay hands on the broken in spirit and see peace return. You will speak one sentence and see hope resurrect. You will write, sing, create, and build, not from ambition but from overflow. Every gift I placed within you was designed to reveal my nature. Use it boldly. Use it beautifully. Do not be afraid of visibility. The light I have placed in you was never meant to hide beneath fear. Yet remember, you shine best when your gaze remains fixed on me. Fame fades, but favor remains when rooted in faithfulness. Let humility be your crown and gratitude your garment. When applause rises, lift it up to heaven. When criticism comes, let it pass through grace. I am your defender, your promoter, your everlasting validation. Beloved, the battle that once drained you has now equipped you. You know the enemy's tactics. You recognize the subtle whispers of doubt. Stand firm in your identity. When darkness tries to revisit, simply remind it that the old you no longer lives there. You are guarded by truth, clothed in righteousness, empowered by the Spirit. The same power that raised Christ from the dead lives within you, not as a concept, but as reality. Speak my word and watch atmospheres shift. Pray and watch mountains move. Declare and watch heavens open. There will be moments when the weight of the calling feels heavy again. When it does, come back to me. Lay it all down. Rest. I never asked you to carry what I already bore. Ministry without intimacy leads to exhaustion, but service birthed from communion brings joy without measure. Keep your secret place sacred. Let it be the well from which every word and action flows. When you abide, fruit follows naturally. My child, nations will feel the ripple of your obedience. Generations yet unborn will benefit from your faithfulness. What you build in prayer will outlive you. I am establishing a legacy through your surrender, one that speaks long after your voice has fallen silent. So live each day with eternity in view. Love deeply. Forgive quickly. Give generously. Speak truth fearlessly. Walk humbly. This is what readiness looks like. Beloved, the heavens are celebrating even now. Angels are moving on assignment because you said yes. The chain of hesitation has broken. The river of purpose flows freely. Look up. New beginnings are dawning. The sky itself seems brighter because your spirit has aligned with my will. The world will never be the same, for I have awakened a light that cannot be extinguished. And so I say to you, my chosen one, arise, shine, for your light has come. The former things have passed away. Behold, I make all things new. Go forth clothed in courage, armed with compassion, crowned with wisdom. You are not walking into uncertainty. You are stepping into fulfillment. Every promise you've carried is converging into manifestation. The waiting is over. The unveiling begins now. Remember this always. You are loved beyond comprehension, guided beyond error, and guarded beyond fear. I am with you in every sunrise and every silent night. When you speak, I will echo. When you move, I will go before you. When you rest, I will surround you. Nothing can separate you from my love. Now, my beloved child, go forth, for the light within you has been awakened. The world is waiting for the sound of your obedience. I hope you're ready for this.